I was born in Leeds, Yorkshire, England, and my education was mostly in private schools, where I went till I was 16. And I started in the fashion business for the Jaeger company in a department store which was called Marshall and Snellgroves, and I learnt visual there, where I did all the windows for the company, and I trained in London. Then I was there till I was 20 and got married. After I got married, we had 3 boys, Neil, Dale and Craig, and in 1967 we emigrated to Canada, and we took my mother-in-law and my young brother-in-law, who was 12 at the time, and it's where I adopted my daughter, because that was a very important thing for me at the time, and I felt it was meant to be. And then I have 10 grandchildren and a great-grandson. I moved from Canada and came to Denver in 1970, and then by 1978 I got divorced and I moved to California for 24 years and got into the fashion business there, working for the London shops. So I went during the year between 6 of their stores, which were in hotels, the Beverly Hilton and Universal, the Ambassador Hotel, which is a very old hotel in California. My past work history was having the Teen Toggery, which was in Brentwood, California. And I used to sell to a lot of the movie star children. And I had to kind of buy individually for them when I went buying, because a lot of them went to Cotillion and to the same schools. And so I couldn't be selling something where another child would be wearing the same thing. But I happened to meet Meredith Baxter Burney, because her children came in and shopped. Cary Grant, who would be in there quite a lot with his daughter, and Ralph Bellamy, who is a very old movie star. Dom DeLuise would come in and have coffee with me. And I became friends with Charles Bronson and his wife and her children, who became good friends with my daughter because they go riding together. I feel I can pull a lot of colors together, so I went to design school and I had a 4-point average when I was in my 50s, and I was very proud of it because and it's something I really enjoyed doing. And I was asked to work for a company just through somebody that I met, and I designed a car wash in Newport Beach, California. I did all the interior and named the company, and picked everything out for all the uniforms, and was very involved and working with all the vendors. And then in the 90s, I was able to get into legal business, where I worked for 13 years, something I enjoyed very much. I started as a receptionist, and I finished up being the personal assistant to the owner of the company. It was very involving, worked a lot of hours. I worked with the judges when we went to trial, and did all the exhibits and worked with the clerks. I also went with him to court to pick out and watch the jury in body language and report to him. So it was a very interesting time for me with that. And unfortunately, he died very suddenly, and so that's when I came back to Denver. I'm currently at Dillard's in the men's department. I did work for them a few years ago in the ready-to-wear department, and then I moved away, but I loved Dillard's, so I came back and enjoy being there, because I'm in the men's department, and it's just as enjoyable as it was in the women's department. I met Julie when I was working for Penneys. I worked in the jewelry department, and we got talking, and she used to do my hair. She's done it for a number of years, and we've become very good friends.